Hello! Today we're reacting to the glambots. Insert screams and terrified sounds and boos. Listen, I know I'm too mean to myself about these glambots, but I only have really become that way because people have led me to be that way. I was actually just looking at my initial reaction to one of the worst glambots, and I thought it ate. Finally, I got a good one. People were being so nice. I wake up the next morning and I think like E! News Latino had posted it. I slapped that repost button before I went to bed, and when I woke up, it had gone viral.
For not the right reasons.
Top comments, he looks like Dudley.
Oh, that's not.
And that made me have a little bit of a different spin on how I felt about the glambot. But all of that to say is, I feel good about most of them. And so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna rank my glambots from best to worst. In my opinion. I know I've done this on my TikTok, but I thought, let me add some commentary so you can understand where I'm coming from.
You know what I mean?
I know people are kind of thinking,
Chris, you're too mean to yourself about these. These glambots are good. Stop taking down your self-confidence. You're beautiful.
and to that I say thank you. And actually I know, because the last time I did my glambot at those last Grammys, where the top comment was,
He kind of looks like Elvis right before he died.
and Cole is the guy who runs the glambot. He's amazing. We love Cole. We're obsessed with him. I walked up to him and I said,
You know this is like the 8th glambot I've done.
he's like,
Wow, that's insane. How do you feel about them? Which one's your favorite?
and I said,
All of them.
and I kind of was joking because he's seen the compilations. He knows that my glambots have ended up on the worst glambot list all the time. But he just wants me to feel good about them. He also likes them. He likes a creative glambot. So anyway, after I did my glambot for him, I said,
I'm gonna put my hand in my pocket and take my sunglasses off and look at the camera.
I had seen someone do something like that a while back and it looked really good. So I thought,
It'll probably look really good on me too.
so I did that. He said, action, the glambot went, I did it. And again, because he kind of knows that they've ended up on a worst compilation and he knows I might feel a little off about them or want to try again, he went,
Do you want to come see it?
and I said,
No, I'm sure it's great.
and then I walked away. And then it turned out to be one of the glambots I didn't like the most. Where is my confidence coming from? I know I'm not too good at these.
Subjectively?
And this man offers me to look at it and maybe even try again. And one of my complaints in the past has been like,
Well, you can't try again, so what am I supposed to do?
I'm getting the offer to try again and I go,
I'm sure it's fine.
and I walk away. But I'm gonna be honest, that's genuinely how I feel for the most part. I don't really care that much about how my glambot looks because regardless of how it goes, some people are gonna like it, some people are not gonna like it. Everyone's gonna kind of talk about it regardless. My last glambot right now from that Grammys is sitting at something like 18 point something million views. Whether or not those are good or bad views, the people are talking about it. My glambots have kind of become a thing. I really somehow thank the Lord. This isn't one of my insecurities, but it doesn't really tear me down to my core when someone calls me ugly or thinks I look bad during something or hates my outfit. I get more affected if someone's like,
He's a horrible person.
because then I'm like,
Wait, is someone not happy with me and the way I've been? Or what I've done? How can I remedy this? How can I make them...
I'm a people pleaser. Whereas with an ugly glambot, I'm like, okay, you didn't like it. Nothing I can do about that. I can't change my,
I mean, I could change my face.
but I don't really wanna. I'm fine.
I feel fine.
I feel fine.
I feel fine. Without further ado, let's stop the yapping and let's get into it, okay? We're gonna go with number 1, which is what I think was my best glambot of all time, and that was actually the first glambot I ever did at the 2022 Oscars, which is kind of a crazy sentence to say. What am I saying? I'm talking about all these glambots at these huge award shows, and I'm like,
Yeah, well, I think my best one was at the Oscars and the worst one was at the Golden Globes or what.
the fact that I can even say these sentences, I'm very grateful. 2022 Oscars. I don't know, give a little bit of a smolder. Whatever I did, it worked out. My hair, my hand is perfectly going through the hair. We have the hair flowing a little bit even. I ate in the red, to be honest. Red for the red carpet. That was a really good look too. My jacket had some sparkles in it. I kept it simple because I was so scared, and also, this being my first time, I had to wait in line for an hour before I was able to do it, because if you're not a superstar, or if you don't know Cole, you have to wait and there's a high chance you're not gonna be able to do it. So I knew I had one chance, and so I thought, let me just keep it simple. Let me do a thing through the hair and let me give a little bit of a smolder. Whatever I did, it worked out, okay? I kept it calm, I kept it cute, I didn't do much, and I love this one. Maybe it's my youth too. That was almost 3 years ago now, so I was 24. So maybe it's that. Maybe I miss the glow of my youth. My second favorite glam bot is a controversial pick because a lot of people really didn't like this one. This is from the 2024 Emmys, and I'm giving a 1-2 punch with a little nip slip. I mean, come on. People didn't like that one, I think, because they kind of called it cringy. I'm doing something cool and unique, and it kind of reminds me of one that Ki Hui Kwan did, where I think he gave like a jump and a punch. I wasn't agile enough to do a jump, but I'm giving a 1-2 punch. I like the way I'm giving like, I like my sunglasses on. I like the way my chain is flowing, which is now a chain I wear all the time because Club Chris told me to get the chain for the outfit. Thank you, Club Chris. I think people didn't like it because I'm like,
Oh, punching the camera, like that's cringe.
I actually don't know. Ask them. Ask them why they didn't like it, because I love this one.
It's different.
It's unique, it's fun.
It has the element of play, which in acting school we learned a lot about, and it was very important for everything to be infused with the element of play, okay? So I'm very happy with this one. What's my number 3 best?
What's my number 3 best?
This isn't considered a classic glam bot. It was what they were doing on the carpet that year. I think they had the glam bot that year, but this was, I didn't do it or something. They had this other like glam bot-esque thing. I had no idea. You can kind of see the doubt in my face, which is why this is a little lower on the list. But I love the turn and wink, y'all. And some people watched this video and said,
Oh, he doesn't know how to wink.
what are you talking about? I think I'm nailing that wink. This landed on a bunch of worst dressed outfits. One of the worst dressed commentaries was that
People in his life are not being honest with him.
which is like probably true in other senses, but I love this outfit still. I look at it now and I'm like, I still don't think it's a miss. I love the leather. I love the like vest underneath. I love the kind of like industrialness of it. Maybe I don't know much about fashion, but I know fashion is about expression and it's about what you feel good in, and I really liked that. I love this one. Also, was another moment that they were like,
Oh, we're just a slow-mo camera that's gonna follow you for a quick second, so can you just kind of give us your best?
what the f does that mean?
Give us your best?
Okay.
And so all I thought to do was like a little turn and wink, because I'm like, I have no idea what that means. You can literally see me say, okay, at the start, because I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna turn out. And then I kind of liked it. So that's number 3. Number 4 is from the 2024 SAG Awards. Now this one happened exactly a week after foreshadowing. One of the worst glam bots happened where I opened my jacket. So I decided to do the opposite and I closed the jacket. Clap back king. You tell him, bro. A lot of people have actually told me this is their favorite, and that's nice. The reason I don't like it is because I'm doing it as a response to the haters. I'm kind of letting them win in this moment by just doing a close the jacket. And listen, I like how it turned out. I like the smile. I like the slight movement. I think my outfit is simple but nice. I have now gone back to going crazy with the glam bots, but I wish I had done something even bigger. Like I wish I had ripped my shirt off or like thrown the jacket in the air. I don't need to do a reaction to try to make people happy. Like that's where I've kind of gone with it. If people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. I don't need to let comments dictate what I'm gonna do for my next glam bot. That being said, I did post a video on Club Chris asking which pose, actually no, this was on my main account, asking which pose I should do for my next glam bot, and everyone answered one of the poses, and I think I'm gonna try to do that for my next pose. Cause that's not me responding to the haters, that's me collaborating with the lovers. Okay, so I like that one. I like it, but again, it's me letting the haters win. Number 5 is from the 2023 Grammys, I believe. This I guess is number 5 and 6. I just don't love the opening of the jacket with the kind of wrinkled shirt underneath, and my face is pretty dead in it. Like I'm doing a very similar face to the way I did at the Oscars, and then I was able to do it again with Dylan. I do the exact same hand thing through the hair. You know, it's nice. I could have done more, but again, like, simple has always been better. I'm pretty sure no one was hating how this glam bot went. So what am I doing putting it so low on the list? This is a good one. Whatever, I don't know. Stop yelling. Oh my God, you're yelling. I like this one. Actually, I love it. Oh my God. Number 1, just kidding. You know what it is? It's my personal feeling about it because I see my discomfort with myself. I see me not being very confident in this, but I had a really good night with Dylan. This was my first Grammys ever. It was like one of the best nights of my life. We watched Harry Styles win for Album of the Year. I watched Taylor Swift dance to Harry Styles. I watched them talk. It was a really surreal year to be there. I mean, every Grammys that I've been has been surreal. If I could just tell this guy in the glam bot, like,
Hey, go crazy kidding.
Maybe a lot of people would have hated it, but I would have had fun. So that's why it's there on the list. Now we're getting into the
Bottom 3.
Now these are ones I actually do not like anymore. Whether I like them at the beginning or not, I just can't stand to really look at them. And they're actually gonna be in a bit of a different order than I put them in on my TikTok compilation, because one has really risen to the top in things I don't like. Bottom number 3. Bottom number 3? Who's that? Just kidding, I'm number 1. So for number 7, it's gonna be this one that was at the Golden Globes. My first time at the Golden Globes, they happened this year at the very start of the year. Oh, now this is another clap back at the haters moment, except one of my hands is absolutely not doing a middle finger. I don't know what that hand is doing. What is that? What is that? I just don't like when I end up giving in and reacting to a hater moment. I wanted this one to slay in a way that it did not. And the like, I've never hit that face really well. Like, what is that? And it was another moment where I think Cole was like,
yeah, it looks great. I love it.
I probably could have asked to do it again, but I just didn't. I was like,
Well, it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
I just don't love that it's a reaction again. If it were gonna be another reaction, and this is happening like this year, so I should have known better to do a reaction. But I think the reason I justified it in my head was because I'm like,
Oh, I have a full plan. I know exactly how I'm gonna slay this one.
and this is what happens. It's just not it. But, you know, worse things have happened, and the next number 8 and 9 are worse. Number 8 is the People's Choice Awards from 2024. Now, a bunch of you might know this one. It's me opening the jacket, and just, it goes on for too long. Stop! Oh my God. I don't even know if I really liked this one when I first came out. I just thought, wow, the body is looking good, so I guess that's a good one. No, 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 no. Get it together. But what I do want us to notice, which a lot of people haven't, but some people have, is my friend Cherie in the background wearing a very similar dress and color. Look at that hair flip. Ooh! That makes the glam bot. In terms of this opening the jacket, I practiced it before I left the house, which is the really sad part of all of this. No one needs to be doing all that on the carpet. That being said, if Harry Styles did that, people would be like, because they would love it so much. But I'm not Harry Styles, nor anywhere near Harry Styles in terms of stardom, good vibes, and star qualities. I shouldn't be doing all this. I know a lot of people are listening to this and think,
No, you should. We love it so much.
and to that I say thank you, but I'm not gonna do it again. Enough people tore me apart for it that they won. They've won, and I can admit that. I'm never gonna do it again, because also at this point, I just don't like feeling that way about it. I know at the start of this video I said, I don't really care when people call me ugly, but when people were tearing me apart for this one, that one hurt a little bit. Ow. But now when they tear it apart, after going through all that, I'm like, okay, whatever.
What else you got?
And now let's go for number 1, which is actually my most recent glam bot of all time from the 2025 Grammys. This is number 9, aka the number 1 worst. The 2025 Grammys, the look up. Ooh, ooh. Okay, it's not as bad as I haven't watched this one since I posted it because I hated it so much. The bags under my eyes, the wrinkles on my forehead, the way I can't find the camera when it begins. There's so much wrong about this one. And this is where the top comment,
He looks like Elvis right before he died.
comes from. And they ate me up with that one because you're kind of right. I see it. And so with all of that to say is, I'm never gonna stop glam botting. A lot of people say,
Chris, maybe you should just give up.
absolutely not. It's a silly camera making some silly hot videos. Sometimes hot, depending on whether they're good or not. And if they turn out bad, it's like a bad photo of me. We all have those. It's like, I just don't care that much. If I did care way too much to stop, that would be a commentary on how I feel about myself internally. And I already am depressed a lot of the time and don't love myself. So like, if I can glam bot and not really care, and that is a commentary on the fact that I must love myself in some ways, then I'm gonna give it to myself every time. So I'm gonna keep glam botting because it's so fun and because everyone talks about it every time, no matter what. At the end of the day, it's good content for me. It's working out. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep glam botting. Let me know if you agree with this list or not, if you think you would put other ones in different order. Maybe comment your order of them. And I'll see you on the next one. I'll see you on the next glam bot and also the next YouTube video. Every Friday. I love you. I hope you had fun. I did, kind of for the most part, until we started looking at the bad ones. Ugh, that was tough. Okay, love you so much. Talk to you later, bye.